Okay, so let's take a look at internal reliability. And recall that internal reliability looks at how the items in a scale correlate with each other. So there's this big mathematical calculation, and, and it comes up with a number between 0, which is very unlikely, and 1, which is also very unlikely. We usually see values somewhere between 0.20 and 0.97, I guess, or 98. Looks like they're pretty high in some of these. So let's take a look at this table and see what that means and how to read this. So usually what you'll see is you'll see the scale name. So in this case, let's look at anxiety. For anxiety, there were 4 items in that scale. The range of scores went from 0 to 3, and the correlation was 0.73, which is actually rather low. Usually it should be 0.08 or higher, and you can see it's even lower here. Now, as the number of items increase in a scale, the actual internal reliability tends to increase as well. Not always, but it does. So if you look at computer knowledge here, let's look at World Wide Web skills. There were 9 items and a range from 0 to 6 on each item. That was a Likert scale, a 7-point Likert scale. And the internal reliability was 0.92, which is very high. We would say that's reliable. That people that scored high on the items, if you were very good at these skills, scored high on all the items. They didn't jump around high, low, high, low, high, low, that kind of thing. And so you can, to read any of these tables, again, we can just go here. Let's look at basic software skills at the university. There were 3 items there. It ranged from 0 to 4 each item. That was only a 5-point Likert scale. That was ability, so it wasn't exactly a strongly agree disagree. It was low ability, medium, intermediate, and high. And the correlation was 0.69. Again, that's pretty low, but we might expect that with only 3 items. You tend to want 5 or more items in a scale. 4 to 5 is a minimum. It's not always a rule of thumb. If you look at the behavioral scale here, there's only 3 items there, but it's 0.087 for the reliability. Last thing I'll notice is that the availability is NA here, and watch out for that. That just means that this scale is not reliable. It's a set of items. I know that because I created this scale, and they weren't reliable. They didn't hold together. It was 18 items, and it was a variety of areas. And you would have had to break it down into subscales because it was just general student use. So there is no reliability for that scale. And so we want to make sure that we don't put too much stake into the quality of that measure. And that's how you read an internal reliability table.